As people age, they often pride themselves on experience, wisdom, and the lessons life has taught them. Yet, there is a subtle art that some of the wisest elders know well: knowing when to pretend to be a little less aware than you are. This is not about losing dignity or feigning ignorance out of weakness. It's about strategy, self preservation, and maintaining peace in a world that often pressures older individuals in unexpected ways. Those who master this skill navigate social situations, family dynamics, and even business dealings with elegance and ease. Here are 5 situations where pretending to be a little stupid can actually lead to better outcomes in old age. The first situation is family arguments over money or inheritance. Many elders find themselves embroiled in disputes between children or relatives, often over trivial amounts or minor assets. Speaking bluntly or asserting authority can sometimes ignite conflict, create resentment, or make the elder appear controlling. By acting slightly naive or uncertain about the details, an older person can subtly diffuse tension. They may ask questions like, "Are you sure that's the right way?" Or, "I might be misunderstanding. Explain it again." This approach invites calm discussion rather than confrontation and allows the elder to guide outcomes gently without overtly challenging anyone, while retaining ultimate influence behind the scenes. Second is technological confusion in public or social settings. Technology can be overwhelming, even for younger generations, but elders who act slightly confused when first encountering complex gadgets or applications often gain patience and assistance from others. Pretending to struggle a little can encourage others to slow down, explain more clearly, or even teach. For instance, a grandmother pretending she doesn't quite understand a new smartphone app may receive step by step guidance from her grandchildren, which transforms a potentially frustrating interaction into a bonding experience. This is a smart use of apparent ignorance to turn situations in your favor. The third situation is negotiations or disagreements in community or social groups. Elderly individuals often participate in local clubs, neighborhood committees, or hobby groups where debates over projects or decisions can become heated. Appearing slightly less informed or hesitant can be advantageous. By asking simple questions, an elder can draw out the reasoning of others, gauge intentions, and observe group dynamics without revealing their full knowledge. This tactical stupidity can prevent direct conflict and allow them to influence decisions subtly, gently steering discussions while appearing approachable and neutral. Fourth is interactions with overly assertive acquaintances or strangers. Some people naturally try to dominate conversations or situations, whether due to ego, frustration, or ignorance of boundaries. Pretending not to fully grasp their point at first can disarm them. When an elder nods thoughtfully and asks for clarifications, it buys time to think, and it can also subtly highlight the other person's overconfidence or flaws in logic. In some cases, this tactic encourages the other party to reconsider their approach, leading to more respectful interactions without the need for overt confrontation. The fifth situation is family decision making regarding personal care or independence. Adult children often want to intervene in the daily lives of aging parents, suggesting moves to assisted living, medical procedures, or lifestyle changes. Directly resisting can create tension or guilt tripping. By pretending slight uncertainty, such as asking questions about the pros and cons repeatedly, or acting mildly confused about the implications, older individuals can slow down decisions. This approach often leads adult children to consider the elder's true preferences more carefully and creates space for compromise. It demonstrates patience and wisdom without triggering rebellion or resentment. Consider Mr. Kim, a 75-year-old retired teacher who exemplifies this approach. At a recent family gathering, his children argued over how to spend his inheritance. Instead of asserting dominance or expressing frustration, he leaned back, stroked his chin, and asked questions in a seemingly confused manner. "Are you saying this is the only way? How does that work again?" By appearing uncertain, he diffused the rising tension, allowed each child to explain their perspective, and eventually guided them to a fair compromise, all without raising his voice or showing impatience. Similarly, when learning to use a new tablet to video chat with his grandchildren, he deliberately asked repetitive questions, even though he understood most of it. This small act turned the sessions into joyful teaching moments rather than frustrating tutorials. His grandchildren felt helpful and respected, and the interaction strengthened their bond. Pretending to be a little stupid is not a sign of weakness. On the contrary, it is a mark of experience, emotional intelligence, and strategic thinking. Elders who master this art maintain control over their environment, manage relationships gracefully, and avoid unnecessary conflict. They recognize that wisdom is not only about knowing, but also about choosing when and how to reveal that knowledge. In old age, life is less about proving oneself and more about enjoying peace, harmony, and respect. By selectively pretending ignorance, elders can protect their dignity, maintain autonomy, and influence outcomes subtly. It is a tactic that turns potential frustration into advantage, turning social, familial, and even technological challenges into opportunities for calm, composed, and effective action. Those who can do this are not foolish. They are quietly powerful, navigating their later years with the confidence that only true wisdom brings.